Toss that Bat into Bloodseeker Enchantress.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
that's a rough one.
It's Bat and Marcy. Oh, that's going to be rough for Aquapexu. Are there any kind of lane swaps or like aggressive tri-lanes or anything that Goonsquad can do here? Do they want to shift things around?
If they moved Bloodseeker versus Alk, yeah, that could be nice for them, but
Then it's Enigma against
then
Bat.
it would become a... I mean, you're fine with that, right? Because he's just going to pull the wave back. I guess he could get Dove. I guess it kind of sucks no matter what. This is a late pick Bat Rider. It's pretty nice. But if you have... I'm thinking that Liquid might maybe be happy to just tri-lane with the Alk if they put Bloodseeker against him. Whereas Goonsquad maybe a little bit more hesitant to just throw out a tri-lane because they need a support that can help disrupt Bat Rider when he wants to dive which core. I'm not sure there's a core that can stand alone against him. I mean, yeah, maybe it's possible with Enigma if you're able to kind of harass him down with the Eidolons, keep him low health.
Just play under your own tower. Play defensively.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely a lot more options here for Goonsquad in Game 2, though, and a lot more team fight and action that they can create here in the second game of the series. Battle up against Team Liquid and try and get this upper bracket victory to move on forward towards TI. As we do have that S4 Enigma. A limp on the Zeus.
This is hype matchup. I loved both these drafts. There's going to be a lot more fighting this game.
Way more.
I feel really good. Yeah.
Goonsquad going to be wanting to shut down this Alk. And Liquid, with this DP pressure, we've seen how quickly a mid DP can come online. Sumail has shown that time and time again. 6 minutes in, just go for towers no matter what. First catapult wave, get yourself active. With this smoke, they're trying to invade the bottom jungle, but they've been spotted by Limp Zeus. And Goonsquad, well, they're setting up to fight this. Hanskin walks in with a battery assault. Blood Riot's going to be there onto everybody from Liquid and zones them away. Turnaround concoction play from Matu, though, does stun in onto two of them. Boxy is about to die, but he gets off his fairy fire, survives, and Hanskin, 3 stacks of sticky on him, up to 4. Needs a bit more damage from Insania and the lads. The magic missile, the fairy fire save. Insania, he's the first blood. 2-man concoction from Matu, though, as S4, the big pounce in. Boxy rebound, stuns 4. It's a bloody RP from him.
Oh, what a skirmish. It just kept getting pulled slowly more and more towards Goonsquad's tier 1 tower. They're looking for that little bit of safety.
Well, in the end, first blood for Goonsquad and 2 kills to 1. Bounty runes, Zai, Matu, Hanskin, and where's the last one? It was Zai picking one up a little bit earlier than that, so 2 for 2 exchange there. A feel-good moment for Goonsquad, though.
Yeah, Pexu getting the first blood. I think pretty impactful, I would say. You're playing an Enchantress with that extra starting item now. Looking at his courier, he's bringing out a Blightstone. So this first blood has enabled your Enchantress to have a Blightstone, which makes Zai's lane in these early levels much harder.
Yeah, getting clicked down by the Ench. And get a bit of damage back onto Aqua. In that mid lane, Mickey just piling it onto Limp. Shoving that wave in. Looking for the denies under tier 1. And up in that top lane. Matu, the Alchemist, one of these soft answers to the Enigma. We'll have that Acid Spray to try and contend with Eidolons. Avenger, a kind of a ranged hero, can click into them as well. Try and keep the Alchemist safely farming the first few minutes.
It's not an easy lane by any means. When we looked at the Gyrocopter version of this lane, it was... Flat Cannon gives you a long range way to go on them, harass them down. But for Alk, it's very much a sort of melee skirmish. Like Clockwork is really good at just getting in there and harassing. Like, he's coming in now from behind. He's gonna they're just gonna click Matu here. There's no Venge.
Yeah, no Grievel's Greed either.
Okay.
Goes for the stun and the Acid Spray, levels 1 and 2. Even some denies from S4 on his Eidolons to limit the farm that Matu's getting. And down at bottom, Zai. Oh, the impetus. Not quite enough, but you've got Aqua chasing with the thirst. Zai does get the pick off on Pexu, though. At least trades his life for something.
This is the thread, this Enchantress. I mean, giving her life for it, but you're giving XP to Aqua by dying first. What a true support.
And Marcy picking up the pieces. Aqua with a pretty full wand. Went straight for it. And keep himself sustained in this lane. And handed a Tango and an Orb of Venom here, so even more chasing potential from Goonsquad in that bottom lane. And you can see the struggles for Liquid top, though. Lane is always being dragged back to the Enigma's tower. So Matu getting his last hits in as best he can. 14-1. A couple of them will be Eidolons, though. Insania lost out on the Sentry Ward battle in a small camp, though, unfortunately for him. So no pulls from that direction. And Hanskin just going to be bodyguarding this large camp. That's the best thing you can do is this clockwork. You're up in their face, making sure that they're not manipulating that creep wave back to deal with Enigma's moves.
I would not mind at all if Goonsquad put a ward on this cliff top that sees the jungle. Just because you're playing with an alchemist, one big thing is stacks, and I don't think they'll be stacking the ancients because it's pretty hard for Marcy to do it. You should have to go up there and click it in melee range. She's not a Venge. But looking at Venge, I think it would be very easy for Insania at any point to kind of just swing to this main jungle, stack like 2 camps, and then come back to the lane.
Well, go on the Enigma now. Concoction inside the acid spray, and they're just going to kill off S4. They hit level 2 on the Venge, immediate aggression. Hanskin looking for this Insania Venge inside the cogs with the battery assault, and he will be able to take her down thanks to the creeps helping out a little bit. Eidolon's pressuring Matu back to his tower as well.
The Eidolons, even in death, his soul lives on.
Well, yeah, a bit of relief there from Liquid, but Wave is still pushed back towards Radiant side.
I just look at the skill build on Matu. He's very much geared for wanting to fight in this lane. He has no illusions about sitting back and just farming.
Yeah, 2 in the acid spray, 1 in the stun, no Grievel's greed whatsoever. Keep on battling. You got stuns for days. As Zai down in that bottom lane, feeling the pain from this hurricane out of the Wild Wing, dragged back into Aqua's Bloodseeker. And then
just small things, right? That first blood.
Oh, Mickey. Mickey's just diving the tier 1. Yeah, level 3 Spirit Siphon allows him just to stand his ground under tower hits. That's a pretty even lane, Limp with a slight CS lead. We'll wait to see what Mickey does, though, with that level 6, if he can get in onto an objective.
Yeah. I was going to say, just all the small things. Pexu getting that Blightstone leads to Zai dying. Oh, they're just going to kill him off?
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to go on Pexu bottom. Matu nearly dying top at the same time. Trying to chase here, but yeah, Matu dropping to the Eidolons while Hanskin zones back Insania. Top lane going pretty decently here for Goonsquad. Even with that the 2 deaths, on the Enigma. Making life very difficult for the Alchemist.
Yeah, I like and respect the skill build a lot to try and go for those kills and try and contest the lane, but it can backfire, of course, if you die like that. If he comes back to lane now and dies again, then you're in a position where you're trying to farm with only, I guess, 1 point in the Grievel's Greed. It's not too bad now. He's hit 4.
He's got it finally. I also got to look out for this Thunder God's Wrath as Insania just dies inside the cogs again. Hanskin is finding himself in these prime positions just to backstab the Venge and the Alk. This lane ward proving very, very valuable.
Anytime Clock gets the cogs off now with 3 points in demonic conversion, you're doing so much damage with the Eidolons. 2 points in stun. It's very overwhelming. It's a lot of damage. He's got that urn now finished too. Essel's very farmed.
Yeah, he's just playing forward onto Matu. Drops him below half health. He's going to need that salve to top himself back up. But look at Hanskin's line. Straight towards the Alk to cancel the salve. And life is not easy for Matumba Man here. I was also wondering, Limp made a move up top, but he was just grabbing Illusion and the Bounty Rune. Maybe could have actually transitioned up there to look for the kill. But wants to hold out against the DP, who obviously offers that threat on your tower with Exo. And Matu, every time he steps forward in this lane, getting caught with tons of stuns. They will turn here a bit onto Hanskin. Try and bring down the clock, but there is that damage from the heavens. The Zeus global presence showing itself yet again. Goonsquad with a laning stage lead here. Zai trying to get something back in that bottom lane. He plays aggressively into Pexu's Ench, but that's Nature's Attendance. That's a turnaround from Aqua. Zai and Boxy a little worse for wear.
Yeah, that missed rebound as well. Hurting a little bit. And Zai's getting low. Do they have space for a dive? There's no rupture. There is a 20 stick on Bloodseekers. That is a lot of sustain if they do want to dive.
Oh, Boxy rebounding in. Very aggressive play. The slow within the blood right allows Aqua just to go straight in. There's the dive. No cares in the world from Goonsquad. And a rupture on Zai now. Maybe allows Pexu here to click into him. Find the finish. Tower damage. Pretty substantial on a squishy little Enchantress. Zai, though, still stuck there in the blood right. Is that going to clip him and finish him off? Pexu! Oh, he went for it. Ballsy play, but pays for it in the end.
Little miscommunication, I want to say. Aqua even diving and he'll TP out.
Oh my god, he's dead as well!
Oh my god!
Goonsquad, what are you doing?
All Zai is doing is sitting there looking hot. He's just attracting people into his tower to die. I mean, there has to have been miscommunication there. I mean, Pexu was willing to die. I mean, there's going to be another death top here on this clock, but Pexu was willing to tank that tower just for the kill, and Bloodseeker's not going in. I don't know if they just didn't understand the cooldowns, because he didn't have Flame Break on Zai. Maybe they were worried about stick charges or a turn like that, but he was keeping his distance very much. Maybe he thought there might be a TP from a support and just didn't want to commit like that. But yeah, it was very much Pexu just committing in and Aqua not willing to do the same, which led to both of them dying.
Yeah, it definitely felt like
a
bit of miscommunication there. And Liquid trying to gather their forces top. Tower's already fallen. Matu does have a bit more safety now, closer to his tier 2 to get some farm going. But this is prime time Enigma now. Earn up, Arcane Boots done, heading into that Vlad's and Wraith Pact. And Hanskin, once again, zoning out Matu. Neither of them level 6 yet, 9 minutes in. Chasing him back behind his tier 2. It's just so difficult to like contest this Enigma's lane now.
Yeah, it is. I think it's really cool how the side lanes have impacted like the amount of fighting on mid. Once I got ruptured bot. That's rough. But yeah, I thought there would be so much brawling for these runes because Zeus would want it, Mickey would want it on his DP too, and they have such great supports for rotating. But there's been so much of an emphasis on like fighting and keeping your cores alive. It's like, okay, we gotta commit these supports to the Enigma lane. We want to take this tower early. We want to, you know, Alk is their win condition. We gotta kill him. Meanwhile, bot is like, well, we don't want to leave Bloodseeker alone to die to Batrider. Let's kill him. So they just kept heroes here. Now we're gonna see Mickey rotating. 10 minutes in.
And they've got the lasso onto the Bloodseeker. Very happily expend a couple of ultis here as long as this Exo gets a bit of damage onto that tier 1 bottom. Unlocked the jungle for them as well. So a nice pick off, but it looks like elsewhere on the map, Enchantress is shoving in mid, and you've got Enigma and Clockwork invading that top jungle, trying to scout out where the Alk is. But Matu has already cleared out a number of the stacks there. So S4 just swings in towards the tier 1 instead. Chip away at it with Eidolons. Catapult wave arrives now, 10 minutes in as well.
You're definitely taking it. There's no lasso, no real way to defend this tower.
Yeah, Liquid hard commit for the bottom tier 1. They are starting to TP back into mid, but the tower's already crumbled. And Liquid a little bit on the back foot now. S4 tumbling forward. Yes, the Malefice and the Urn on Insania. That's quite a lot of damage. Add in the Rocket Flare, and it's nearly a death for the Venge. It's like the knock-on effect of that is like you see Matu, and he's just running. Where does he go?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, S4's having such a good game. You love to see an Enigma this farm, you know, getting his being able to play in this part of the map. It's kind of a dream for any offlaner, getting your tower pre 10 minutes and just farming the jungle, taking these camps away from the enemy carry. Any offlaner is super chuffed to be in this position, and it gets even better if you're able to then give the lane to your support, like top, like Clockwork now getting his level 6. He's got that hook shot with a smoke. They might look here to move and go bot. And then meanwhile, you're just happy to leave S4 top. You have these, you know, this just security from having such a good time there.
Insane, he's going to break the smoke bottom. They were looking for a core kill here off the Clockwork's level 6. They'll find the Venge. Pexu sees Boxy on the retreat back. And the Rupture on Zai might actually be able to catch the... Nah, never mind. The Clockwork's wandered off too far away. He went to go and ward up the high ground. But yeah, this is the thing. Goonsquad feeling themselves much more this game because they've got the ability here for Hanskin to lead the charge. Him and Pexu can say, right, we go here, we play there, we start playing aggressively around this Zeus now with Thunder God's Wrath and all the magic nuke damage he brings.
Yeah, but look at Zai's TP. He TP'd to top with that Rupture, which means he's in position ready to go look for this gank on S4.
Can they find him with a rebound? Zai Helped out by Boxy. Straight on him with a lasso. And there's your Enigma down. Burnt to a crisp. Yeah, good battle.
Really nice.
Yeah, good battling back by Liquid. This is room that Matu desperately needs. He's had a struggle in the early laning stage against this Enigma clockwork, but now he's able to freely farm stacks. 2,400 gold saved up towards his relic.
Now we have EXO on Mickey again. They haven't taken the mid tower yet. It's definitely something that they'll want to be thinking about. There's heroes, there's little rats in their triangle right now that they got to deal with.
Yeah, it's not just the clock, right? I mean, Insania swaps out of the cogs. Hanskin's going to TP home and gets away. Aqua was thinking about coming in and fighting because he did rupture up the DP. But the rest of the team are sitting in mid, pushing out waves, getting the farm going. Aqua will TP up top now to try and lap up the farm that Zai's pushed in towards his tower.
No rupture for a minute after just using it bot, so there's not quite kill threat here, but I think he'll be happy to just take this farm, take this area. And S4 meanwhile, going for that Wraith Pact, it's the nice type of build where you're not looking for these big jumping plays. You just want to kind of be able to take areas as a team and control that map space and be able to just kind of bull up and just walk into these fights. You don't want to Blink Dagger into Insania's Vengeful Spirit. That ain't gonna work.
Yeah. You do not want to be getting swapped out during Black Hole. You can kind of just walk it in. You've got very good heroes in the clock and the Enchantress to break vision, get in the faces of their opponents. It kind of forces Liquid to dogpile onto Hanskin or Peksu if they do just walk in or hookshot forward. That hookshot unfortunately missing. Zai and Mickey both skipping away. And Limp getting tagged by the sticky napalm. Oh, here, Goonsquad just making a barrier in front of that Aqua Bloodseeker. The quicker he can get to BKB, the better.
Yeah, and whilst Liquid are kind of playing bot, they have a ward there, they're feeling comfortable, they don't really see where Goonsquad are for the most part. They're just pressuring this top tower. You're getting a tier 2 this early, it's so nice. They're actually smoking because they really want to contest it.
Yeah, they want to make sure that this outpost isn't freely handed over to Goonsquad. Mickey. Exo's ready, two-man silence, and in with the Unleash. Boxy shreds through Hanskin quickly, and they've got the lasso on the Enigma here. Peksu can't really save him. Magic Missile gonna finish off the job, and now the Dispose back on the Enchantress. Liquid swoop in, get 3 kills. Didn't save their tower, but they do still safeguard the outpost in the top jungle.
Yeah, losing the tower is pretty bad for them. However, willingly giving that up plus the outpost is too bad. Especially you can't afford to give up that much map space when you have an Alpha on your team. So the smoke was nice just to try and combat that. I think Goonsquad are still happy getting that tower. Not expending a Black Hole is still something that they can utilize.
Especially as Dire, right? You want that outpost to guard Roshan, TP2, and react to any moves up there. Matu will now get his Radiance. Another little stack there made for him by Insania. Sat behind the Alk, ready to swap if anyone comes. Yeah, I kind of want Goonsquad just to keep going. Get these wards down, play forward, get some hook shots onto cores. And Mickey using the creep wave really nicely there to block the path of entry. But Hanskin still just going to chase forward here. Get in on top of them. A nice rebound with the move speed for Mickey, though. Gets him away. That sounds like Matu charging up a concoction. Trying to clear out these stacks. And yeah, Goonsquad, they charge forward. Find Insania. Black Hole onto Matu, who's going to drag him back into the rest of Goonsquad as well. Limp now dominating. As Goonsquad really put their foot down.
Zai's going top on Aqua. Rupture comes out.
Yeah, no more chasing. Aqua's going to get out of here, though. But Marcy's coming in.
Yeah, they did exactly what you wanted, though. That aggressive move. Keep going. Exo's down. We can do this. There's no lasso either. They just go in there. Get that out killed. Pretty big for them. They're not getting any deep wards down off the back of it. But I think it's a little hard to do just because, you know, you've shown clearly that you've been in this area, so they're going to put down a lot of sentries to make sure that they have it secured. Instead, they'll just kind of play here and deny the area this way instead. Like, yeah, we dare you to walk up. We're going to try and kill you if you do. Matu doesn't know.
We've got Ench creeps, we've got Eidolons, hook shot in, and Matu gets his Chemical Rage out with a decent wand, and there's Insania with a swap back. Not even going to lose his own life in the... Oh, he will. That impetus damage, man. Level 2. Hits pretty hard. Zai flying over the top as Mickey backstabs into the clockwork. Hansken dies, and Matu, he's aiming for this concoction on S4. Boxy with the remaining bit of damage from this unleash can allow Matu to get the kill, while the TP out from Ench gets her to Fountain. But it's a quick shift into mid now from Liquid.
And they have Exorcism, so they're not even going to waste it for this mid tower. They can use it for Roche, or they can use it to threaten Roche. It would be nice if they were able to take the top half of the map soon.
Look at Zai go. He's chasing Limp, but a step too far there. Ruptured up. And Goonsquad not afraid of fighting back when Liquid come for their towers like this. Mickey does have level 2 Exo and that fresh BKB though. So it could be Liquid looking for another fight once Zai respawns.
Costly mistake. They don't get the mid tower as a result. Forced to back off without having your bat alive. So that is that's a little bit of costly stuff there. Not getting that map control from having mid makes the Roche harder to access. The mid tower and the top tower are both like towers you want to take down. They're going for this fight though. Mickey's just running it.
Yeah, how dare you take our outpost? Come back here, Clockwork. Turns himself into a little piggy, but Mickey, very speedy. Good hook shot and cogs from Hansken, creating a bit of a zone, but that's not going to allow him to slip away. Liquid's grasp is too tight, and Zai, he's looking for Peksu here, thinking about the lasso on the Ench, and he realizes there's no better target nearby. Goes straight for the Enchantress, and with the remaining few seconds of this Exo, maybe thinking about the tier 1, but they've actually spotted Limp, but they get the rebound from Boxy. Drag him back in, and the chain stuns allow Mickey to get a double kill. And that's all room for Matu.
They're doing a really good job of punishing these. Yeah, their ability to chase is insane on Liquid. We saw, I mean, Bat in general, he's so good at it. He gives so much vision. The ability to just run forward with that massive amount of move speed. He doesn't even have boost of travel, but he has the Tranquils, the Windlace, the Drum, giving himself that movement speed in other areas to enable his team to just always see more, find more, using that sticky napalm, and then, yeah, getting the catch up with Boxy.
Yeah, rebound swaps. I mean, DP is also a pretty speedy hero herself.
Yeah.
Only with the brown boots. 382 move speed.
But it's okay. Aqua's finished his BKB. We got that Kaya and Sanj on Zeus. He's got his level 12 ready. They have a lot of damage right now. A lot of burst. They don't have that blink black hole as their way of fighting. But if they smoke, catch vision of anyone, you have that rupture. You can just kind of walk in and use your spells that way. You have that hookshot initiation. They got the tools to play a fight right now if they want to smoke up.
Yeah, they absolutely do. 4 of them smoke. Zeus shows in that mid lane. Looks like Mickey afraid of what's coming around the corner. Who's their first point of contact here? It is going to be Insania's Venge. Hansken not afraid, just a hookshot onto her. Rupture on Boxy and the Thunder God's Wrath there. A lot of burst damage as Boxy dies to Aqua. Sprint forward. Held back by Mickey though with a Spirit Siphon. So 1 kill off the back of that smoke. And then they'll take control of this top jungle, try and de-ward as best they can. And they're actually heading into the pit here. Is this something...
10 seconds, that's an Exo.
Yeah, it's something Liquid could absolutely contest. Matu does have his BKB. They've got Exo ready, like you say. And Zai with the Boots of Bearing speedily moving across towards Roche, who's now down to 2,000 HP. Oh, Liquid, are you fast enough? Roshan now is about to die. Aegis grabbed by Aqua.
It can still be a good fight.
It could, if Zai can get the jump. But Eidolons are going to see the wave of terror. And they'll know very shortly that Batrider is coming. Oh, Zai sees S4. They're going to get the lasso on him. Drag the Enigma back in. Liquid still fighting. Even though the Aegis is claimed by Goonsquad, they're getting the pickoffs. Wraith Pact is down. Concoction channeled, but self-stun from Alk. Just the 1 kill. Exo not used, though, so Mickey does still have that for the next fight. Goonsquad trying to TP in mid to defend Limp. Boxy went for the solo kill on the Zeus with the Unleash, but pays the price there as Peksu and Hansken both able to guard up the Zeus, while back in the triangle, Aqua being bullied by Zai. Pushed around by the Flame Break, Matu with the BKB up. He's ruptured, but launches the concoction in towards Peksu. The rest of his team here with this shard on the Venge, just spamming out stun after stun. No kill on the Ench, though. A little bit too tanky with the 3 points in the Nature's Attendants, the drums, the wand.
it definitely feels like Goonsquad struggle to disengage from a lasso. The amount of times they just can freely lasso right in front of everyone is kind of insane. I was just thinking of ways I would like to see them deal with that, but they are already pretty damn on it. Hanskin has just finished his 4-star, and Pexu heading for that Lotus Orb. That's going to make that game so much easier. If you're on the run or kind of angling in, the ability to just put Lotus on Aqua and just make it so easy is much nice.
Oh,
Very nice.
That would have been a huge kill if they could find it. So close to spotting Mickey there. But the smoke breaks and the DP disengages. I get over into this dotted triangle now, trying to close the map in around Liquid, but they are quickly spreading northwest as Matu takes down a few camps on his way through the jungle. Now, what does Goonsquad want from the Aegis they've got here? Is this just towers and farm?
It's scary. It's hard for them to push the towers. If they can just keep trying to take fights with it, that would be pretty ideal. If you can kill Liquid's heroes and kind of put them down, I mean, that seems nice. Obviously, taking a tier 2, they have the top one already, so it's not something that's massively important to them. Being able to just kind of remove the rest of the outer towers is always great, just because it makes your ability to create a line with your heroes or get from one side of the map to the other. It makes it so much easier and puts a lot of pressure on Liquid. You want to be able to deward them, remove their vision, make them feel constricted. That's always the sort of goal with an Aegis.
Yeah, force them to react and TP bottom to defend. There's a long push out that top lane though from Liquid, killing off the tier 1.
Yeah.
And even getting the farm in the enemy triangle there with Boxy. It feels...
They showed a TP. They could just smoke into the top side of jungle. I mean, I guess Liquid are connecting really quick, because they understand that is a potential move and threat.
Yeah, they're so fast at gathering around each other.
Wow.
And what's Matu at now? Finished off the Assault Cuirass. Blink Dagger next for your Alchemist. He's moving back into mid. They've got all the tools they need to jump in onto Aqua. That's a good Thunder God's Wrath, though. Almost bursting through Boxy, but they did claim that Aegis life. Boxy finally dies to the Midnight Pulse, but there's the lasso through the BKB. Hookshot back in towards Matuma Man. He's got a BKB of his own with a Blink Black Hole. That's forced, swap back out. It's cancelled by Insania, and now the chase is on. Liquid able to close the gap onto Pexu. S4 down in the back lines, and Goonsquad, they are scrambling, running away from Liquid's defense of that mid-tier 2.
Oh.
That happened so quickly.
That did. And it just goes to show like just how rough it is as an Enigma this game without a Lincoln Sphere. Getting that 3-man black hole. I mean, well, it's such a good black hole, but because Insania knows perfectly his place in the game, I have to cancel black hole. I have to sit back. I can't be the one that initiates. Your Boxy's the one diving in, giving his life to remove that Aegis and using his buyback, right? That they have their own roles to play, and Insania waited and he got his, and that is the good punish. They get the Aegis. You cannot be happier as Liquid, I think, taking that engagement that way.
Yeah,
I don't think you really lost much.
It looks so funny watching Insania's movement back there in the replay. He walks in, Wave of Terror, throws a stun, he gets hit by Thunder God's Wrath, and he immediately, like, it looks like he's feared. He runs back towards base to try and get that gap so he knows that he's not going to get caught in the black hole. Great positioning from him. And he's going to have a Blink Dagger soon as well, so he can sit even further back to make sure he cancels out these ultis from S4.
It's just good. It's just good play, and you want to keep yourself away from Clockwork as well. I think Clock maybe feels a little stressed because he knows that he wants to try and get to that Venge and stop her from just swapping and kind of ruining their win condition for fights with the Enigma. But at the same time, you also need to be using your BKB piercing hookshot to help like disable Alchemist during his BKB, or helping to disengage your teammates from that fight. Like when everyone collapsed on Aqua under that tower with the lasso, he was the one that had to get in there with the hookshot to try and break it up, try and relieve that pressure.
Yeah, it's a challenge for Hanskin. He's their initiation and their counter initiation at the same time. It's like you can only choose one though. Can't have the best of both worlds. And Liquid smoking up. They want to reclaim their triangle. It's all been warded by Goonsquad. And another minute for S4 to have a black hole means he's, going to blink away. Feel something coming, but the chase from Zai. Tons of movement speed. Gets in on top of S4. And Goonsquad, they might lose more. They found the Clockwork up on top of the cliff top. 2 kills for Liquid here. As they now spread out across the map, they can push down bottom lane, farm in an enemy jungle, and Insania's even lurking in mid with the remnants of his smoke.
Yeah, a little hunt for more. Continue to that mid lane. I'd like to see more lane pressure coming out from Enchantress. I feel like she could send creeps more to the side lanes to try and get them in a good position. Like if you're playing all bot, maybe send one to top or something, because she's sort of Pexu's pretty behind on gold. He had this drum, but he's not getting, or he's inching very slowly towards his lowest orb. I think it's so important for the team to get that. So if he's able to kind of find a little bit more farm by sending a creep to an enemy jungle camp or wherever, just places that they're not playing as a team.
Well, good luck with that. The lane ward from Liquid saw him coming up here, so they were immediately sprinting towards top to kill him.
That's the thing about the creeps. You don't have to commit your hero to this sort of play. He wants to because he wants the XP. He's quite under-leveled as well, level 12, and not feeling too great. Not the worst, of course, but yeah. You can just send these creeps up here and then sort of just leave. And go play with your team. Go play as a smoke breaker. Go play to make a move.
Yeah, I mean, on the topic of experience and levels, just looking at the hero level board, Alk at 18, Bloodseeker, DP 17, and you're looking down like, where's Enigma? Where is he? And S4, level 13. He's the same level as the Vengeful Spirit. Really having some difficulties here actually getting the levels he needs.
Yeah, it's because, you know, you want to rely on getting this black hole, getting kills reliably. Like, okay, I found someone, I'm going to kill you, but how many times has this Venge swap just completely ruined his plans? Like, even in that triangle for that small little gang, you know, they made it the nice idea to stand in this triangle and punish anyone that comes up, but all it requires is one little Insania to just stand behind the core, and it just destroys the entire play, and ends up getting S4 killed instead.
And I'd love this from Zai. He knows that Enigma's next item plan is going to be Lincoln Sphere. He knows that Zeus has already picked one up, so he's going to go for Yules on the Batrider and finishes it off now. So now he knows that he can just blink, Yules, cancel the Lincolns, get the lasso onto these key targets. Make sure there's no counterplay from Goonsquad. But if Goonsquad are the ones to get the jump, if they're actually able to launch Hanskin in there, cause a bit of chaos in the fight, well, just allow Aqua to sprint around and choose the target freely that he wants to, things look a little better for them. And if Liquid leave Mickey alone down, alone here, it looks like he's just going to lose his life. Chased down, ruptured up. Well, Mickey with a Spirit Siphon. Wait, Goonsquad are running away. They're afraid of Liquid. Mickey surviving. Saved up, but finally dies to the Malefice of S4. I mean, that was well done by Goonsquad. The back and forth there, baiting Liquid in, forcing them back, still getting the kill. And now moving forward, wanting to continue this battle.
I don't think they had full vision. They were just scared. They were scared of the reinitiation. They were scared of committing a black hole onto Mickey. Like, there's no way he's alone down here, surely, right? But he actually was for that brief moment. So they don't commit. They play it safe, as they should. And then they disengage and get that repoke. A nice kill, for sure. And still not expending that big cooldown.
Thinking about Roshan as well. Dark Observer would have seen them all go in the pit. And look at how quickly Liquid are moving. And Roshan, not the fastest take here from Goonsquad. And Matu with his Blink Dagger could get himself in the pit, but it's Hanskin that starts the fight off. Good stun from Insania, stopping any chain disables coming through. And Matu, oh god, he's just dying to impetus hits. He's swapped back by Insania though, saved up as S4 and Hanskin both destroyed by Boxy's Marcy. Oh, the BKB on Marcy, getting on top of the Zeus, trying to solo kill all the cores. Turn around on now by Aqua, but look at Matu. Re-arriving with another concoction and chain buybacks from Goonsquad. They need to fight around this Roche pit. Aqua will pick up one. No buyback on the Venge and a good TP cancel from Limp. Grabbing a double kill for the Bloodseeker while Zai blinks and Yules the Aqua BS to hold him back.
And now they can black hole. There's no Venge.
Yeah, and a minute without Boxy either. Looks like Liquid is going to have to give up on this contest of Roshan. Good buybacks and good little scrap there from Goonsquad to control the pit.
Definitely goes both ways. They secure the Aegis, very good, but at the same time, using that buyback on your clock, on your Enigma, if Team Liquid is able to take a good fight now where they die, I mean, they're dead for a long time. They can get a lot off of this. We've seen these teams, you know, these international playing teams, they are quite brave when there's an Aegis. If they think that they can take a good fight on Liquid, I see no reason why they shouldn't especially if S4 is out of position in any way, showing on vision, able to be killed. That could be such a good start to a fight. But Aqua's really getting up there in terms of farm and damage. In these last few fights, it's looking like he's just cutting through people with ease.
Yeah, this shard is no joke. 1.8% of their max HP against Alchemist. Even DP, who's reasonably tanky. You definitely can carve through them very quickly.
Yeah, and I think you didn't go for a Vessel on Enigma versus Alchemist. This makes a lot of sense to me because he has the Dispel every time he pops Chemical Rage anyway, and he can buy that shard to give himself another Dispel. So it's not always great to upgrade. However, going a Skadi now would be really nice on Aqua. Just something that helps with that healing reduction. I don't think your mid... Unfortunately, because you have a Zeus, you don't really have like a Shiva's buyer. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think anyone can really IMize for that. So yeah, Skadi will do for now as the next upcoming IM.
Well, this is their time. Aegis for Bloodseeker. Pedal to the metal. Who can they find? Because Liquid, they're all set up here under their vision. Rebound across. Boxy scouted. Thunder God's Wrath gives the vision perfectly to Goonsquad. Can they launch themselves in? I mean, Mickey, he's in the back, zoning away the Enigma. Now Hanskin aiming for the DP, but the Exo Ghost doing so much damage while the Lasso catches the Zeus. In comes Marcy. Unleash and rebound. Find the Enigma as Mickey dies and buys back immediately. Matu's BKB starting to wear out though now. Bloodseeker, Lincoln's is popped and he's just being shredded by the Matu Alk, dying to the Radiance Burn, and Liquid able to hold their ground and fight back with his Boxy Marcy. Another stun, Lotus Orb back with a bounce, catches Edge, another dispose in, and Bloodseeker, he's just whacked into the ground. Marcy. What a big play, a triple for Boxy. I mean, Unleash is aptly named. Opens up so much damage.
He doesn't even have the Basher yet. He's not even reached full power.
I mean,
Who's doing the most damage in that fight? I mean, Boxy, Alk kind of did the exact same amount of damage.
I mean, Alk did like 4.5k. Boxy did 5.6k. Oh, I think you're looking at the XP. XP was 3.8k for.
Oh yeah, you're
for
right,
both heroes.
Damn, Boxy popping off, and that gives him so much gold now for his Basher. God, that fight nearly started really well for Goonsquad. I actually think a lot of it came to this hesitation from Hanskin when they broke the smoke. I think his camera might have been looking up at the top lane because he was next to the Alchemist and didn't go for the hook shot on him, or the Marcy. Honestly, I think he could have got like even a double cogs potentially, and made that fight, I mean, pretty good. But instead, he sort of just fumbled it slightly. Hesitated. I think at one point Aqua kind of stood in the way of the hook, so he couldn't then follow up with it, and it ended up with this sort of... It killed Mickey in the end, which is fine. But when Boxy and Alka are then the ones that turn around and win this fight for you, it's like, okay, that feels a little bad.
Yeah, we saw the chart just pop up there. Hero damage throughout the game, 18.9k from the Alchemist, 18.8 from Marcy. So she is, you know, overall, you're not wrong. She's doing the exact same amount of damage through this game. Oh, the Yule Zai, he misplays. He doesn't pop the Lincolns, and now Aqua able to rupture the Batrider. Hook shot in from Hanskin. He's not going to hesitate with this one. Straight in towards the Batrider and finish off Zai. He'll not do it. He doesn't get the kill. He needs Pexu to get a few more touches in, and with that blood right, finally Zai dies, but now they've expended 2 lives for it.
Ooh, Zai was so strong there. He got the sidekick lifesteal as well that just let him live that little bit longer. It's close, but still getting that pick off is big for Goonsquad. Yeah, your supports died, but I think now you don't have that threat of getting lassoed. Like, they can't really threaten your high ground, with that potential to pull back.
Yeah, Liquid is such a dominant position now. Overwhelming blink on the Alchemist. She's just watching this back like, Zai, surely he's gonna die. There's dispos, there's little moves around. Yeah, that life's still kicking in at the end.
I mean, both carries have a Basher at this point. Alk has his Abyssal, obviously he's just more farmed. It is Alchemist, what can you do? But Aqua having his Basher, it does mean that you're able to lock down these heroes. In that last fight, where you force Mickey's buyback, like, this is a condition for Goonsquad to now win. If they ping him out, they want to run towards this with this smoke. If they can kill him, it's so massive, and you have the tools to do it. Aqua hits so fast, so heavily, and with the Basher on top of that, you can lock him down. You can lock anyone down.
I mean, Mickey's gonna be dead for like a minute and a half or something, isn't he?
Yeah, they're not playing with Lincoln Spheres. Hanskin, you found him.
Oh,
You see the courier?
no.
No. Oh.
Unlucky
I guess you
timing.
didn't see the courier.
Yeah, nighttime.
Yeah.
Sad for Hanskin. Well,
So close.
I do at least get a bit of vision down and remove that observer ward from Liquid. And again, you know, going back to that fight, great read by Liquid, right? They had the high ground ward. They were all placed around it, knowing that Goonsquad were wanting to use that Aegis to get a team fight victory. Yeah, Liquid all playing together down in the bottom part of the map now. 3 heroes, all synchronized together. So beautiful to watch them flow back and forth. Like one hero moves forward, they all move forward. One hero moves back, they all move back. Rank and file, all together.
It's honestly kind of crazy that they're playing without Lincolns, because every good fight for Goonsquad can start with like a rupture onto any key target, and they're just like done. You need to use a swap for the black hole, so it's kind of like, yeah, I don't want to save someone if they get ruptured. I mean, even if you can, doesn't it do all the damage when you get swapped? So that kind of sucks. They're just kind of relying on trying to stand their ground, buy BKBs, buy armor, buy whatever you can just so you can stand there and fight. I mean, Matu being able to stand there with his tankiness from the overwhelming blink, with that abyssal blade, Mickey with his Shivas. I think they're just hoping to just play it like that instead, and that's why they're like, okay, we're just going to tank the rupture.
Yeah, just extend these team fights out. I mean, I really like to see this as well. Alka's bought an Ags and given it to Insania. So he now has his Agnum Scepter and the Shard. So no fear for the Venge. Blink and Force Staff as maneuverability items as well. So many ways to kite and chase and extend these team fights against Goonsquad. I do still have that top outpost though for the Radiant. Gathering up in the northern jungle as Liquid smoke in towards them. Matu preemptively, Chemical Rage and BKB aiming for Hanskin. They get the Lincoln's pop on Aqua, but no lasso yet. As Boxy, oh my god, he just goes straight on the Enigma. Shreds through S4. The buyback in the TP is coming back to the outpost as Matu dropping low. BKB expired, but he's fine to walk it off. The TP is now cancelled by Goonsquad because they're losing everybody. Bloodseeker and Enchantress struggling to escape. And Liquid with that smoke wraparound play, just allowing Matu to get in there.
I'm gonna need to see a replay on that one. What happened with the Lincoln's pop? Because Zai lassoed the Bloodseeker, but it didn't go off. I think maybe...
Oh, did he?
I think that they Lincoln's the Bloodseeker, and then he had 2 Lincolns, basically.
Oh. I was wondering there, because it looked like he got Lincoln's popped, he got the BKB off, then the Lincoln's popped.
Oh, I don't think he even used his duels. I think he literally just used accidentally lassoed. Yeah.
Oh, a misclick from Zai. Not mattering in the end.
Box is massive still. He's got his basher.
Yeah, I mean, they're just pushing high ground now. Insania, he's got that illusion back up, so he's got to swap to save him out. Actually move S4 into the middle of the cogs. Matu launches Concoction in, and Boxy will die behind the barracks. Liquid, a little over-eager there, but they have forced out every buyback now. Zeus is the only one with buyback on the Radiant at this point, so if they go again, especially around a Roshan fight, as Roche has respawned, this is key for Liquid.
It is. What is the buyback status like of Dire as well? Alk hasn't kept it. It's starting to come up now as well for Mickey. That timer.
And it hasn't really felt like Liquid care about Bloodseeker having Aegis. They've got ways to contend with him.
Yeah, for real. The amount of damage that they can all man fight him. Like I talked about itemization and how they're not caring about Lincolns. They just want to stand there. It's definitely happening. They also have multiple heroes that can deal with him. You look at this Alk, he's willing to stand there with his Abyssal Blade and just go to town. You have an AC, you have armor, you have health. Like he's fine to fight. You see if they rupture him or rupture Batrider and force them out the fight, then you have... I mean, it doesn't matter. Like the Boxy just jumps in with his Basher BKB and is soloing these cores. It's insane amounts of damage that they're doing, and he's only going to get stronger, right? He's going for a Yasha Sanj next on Boxy.
Of course he is. Of course he is. Like it feels like at this point, S4, he just needs to be permanently smoked, or he needs a Shadow Blade or something. Like, you're going for Lincoln Sphere here, but that doesn't save you from Boxy. Every time this Marcy sees the Enigma, he's jumping in with Unleash, finding the kill, making sure there's no black hole. And that's been the answer Liquid have had so far to S4. Just put Boxy on him.
S4 I feel like he is struggling so hard going into late game because he doesn't have a lot of farm. He's 4th lowest on the chart. Nearly, I mean, I don't want to compare it to Insania because he got gifted an Axe. It's not fair. But having this Linkens, you still have like no BKB.
Yeah.
So if anyone's able to just break the Linkens with this Bat Yules, with even just a vengeful stun, then you can still get that swap off. It's very hard for him to play these fights. He's been trying his best with just an Urn and a Wraith Pact and trying to use his stuns and get that Midnight Pulse down, but he's definitely not contributing in the same way that his Bloodseeker is being forced to. You have a Zeus who wants to be sitting back just casting spells, and you sort of need that lockdown from your Enigma coming out to really be able to fully get it off. Especially with all these bashes and stuff coming out too. Like when Aqua's forced to man fight, I think Liquid are willing to rise to that challenge, and that's when you're meant to be able to get this black hole off.
And it's in vast contrast to what we usually see with Enigmas. Quite often he's top of the net worth. He's the real carry in the game.
Yeah.
And this one having some real struggles. They will smoke though. Still holding Aegis for just under 4 minutes. They've got 2 wards up top, so they'll play into their vision. Eidolon's already looking to chip away at the creep wave and create a bit of a vacuum there. The Liquid will want to try and fill. But it's Liquid with this soul read again. They find Hansken. BKB from Zai, and they've got Aqua all locked in place. Boxy just destroys him, but S4 does have a decent black hole. The swap's not going to work out there. S4 actually unloads onto them. Buyback out from Zai. They've lost the Enigma now, and Zeus. He's also going to return to the battle, but Boxy's Marcy. Every time he sees a hero that he wants to kill, he makes sure they're dead. A few seconds later, they've lost Hansken, lost S4, Pexu down, and Bloodseeker gets himself back to base.
I mean, you got your full-time black hole off there with your Linkens, but Insania just swapped himself in instead. Like, just swapped one of his friends out, and was completely fine to do so. I mean, Boxy instantly took down that Aegis alone. It feels like at this point, Goonsquad is just struggling to deal with the amount of cores and utility and just beefiness that they all have. I mean, we talked about Boxy going this Sanj and Yasha. Mickey's also now going back for Sanj and Kaya. Like, they're all just tanking up and tanking up and tanking up and getting harder and harder to kill.
Yeah, and this is the key, right? They've forced all these buybacks out of Goonsquad, so now they've just unlocked the game. Tier 4's down. And game 2 here looking like it's coming to a close. Bloodseeker's going to try and charge in to defend his throne, but where does he go? 6 feet under, sent to the netherworld by Liquid. And a 2-0 victory. This game, a little longer than their others, did pass 40 minutes. Goonsquad putting up a fight, but Liquid looking so on point today.
Yeah, seriously. I feel like their drafts have so much purpose and they're living up to it. Obviously, there was, you know, some fights that they were losing. They struggled a little bit in the early game with this Disruptor. And I just think the biggest issue for Goonsquad was simply S4 not being able to